CCX Sports presents coverage of the Section 5 4A softball playoffs for 2017. It's a second round winners bracket game between the Spring Lake Park Panthers, the number 5 seed, and the number 1 seed, the Maple Grove Crimson. From Rice Creek Park, it's John Jacobson and Jim Feldman. Jim, these teams very familiar with each other in section play over the years, including the section championship last year, and these teams went 2 on the final day with the Panthers advancing on to state. They're the underdog this year, going against the top-ranked or top-seeded Crimson. Mackenzie Stone, freshman catcher, leads it off. David Dueck is the pitcher for Maple Grove.
Yeah, got a couple of hard-throwing pitchers here. This ought to be a good matchup. I know Spring Lake Park has, kind of underperformed the middle of the year when their pitcher was injured.
Chop to the right side, picked up the quick throw to first, and a 4-3 putout to start the game.
So as you look at the section in total, it's wide open, at least with the top 5 seeds.
Brings up Sarah Frazina, junior center fielder, left-handed hitter, hitting in the number 2 slot today. Lori Lightbody and the Panthers. Dueck's first pitch, a strike. And swings at that one. It's 0-2.
The outfield's playing almost on the edge of the infield grass here. This is a slap hitter. They know her well.
High and away. Dueck ahead in the count, 1-2. And a slap foul toward the Maple Grove bench. And hit foul again, and the count stays at 1-2 to Frazina. Matt Pick, the left fielder, to follow.
Yeah, a good slap hitter is going to look for exactly the pitch he wants to hit, and anything else, he's just going to get a bat on and tap it foul, and just wait for that one where she can put exactly where she's looking to put it.
Hit to roll at shortstop, throws over to first to Shuddy, and there's out number 2.
Yeah, they had. Had the infield positioned it's perfectly for that slap.
The 2 outs, nobody on. And Maddie Pick, the left fielder, up for Spring Lake Park. Dueck's first pitch misses low. Called strike, and the count evens up at 1-1.
Yeah, I think from both of these pitchers today, we're going to see a lot of hard and low pitches. Those low balls are really hard to drive.
Fouled straight back. And Dueck ahead in the count, 1-2. Nice off-speed pitch, and there's strike 3. It's her first strikeout. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Dueck and the Crimson in the field.
Well, his eyes so nice watching that off-speed pitch come in, and the batter is completely fooled.
So nothing across for Spring Lake Park in the top half of the first inning as Maple Grove comes to bat for the first time. Crimson beats the Panthers during the regular season 11-2.
I'm pretty sure that's when Hallie Jones was not pitching.
Yeah, Jones was out part of this season. Each team, and she was back yesterday, obviously, and it's been back. But she pitched a shutout yesterday against Osseo. That was the 4-5 matchup. And Park Center was shut out by Maple Grove 12-0 yesterday. Park Center and Osseo playing in an elimination game in one of the adjacent fields here to us here at Rice Creek Park, the 4 fields. 2 championship round games going on, 2 consolation. I guess the consolation, so much losers bracket game, excuse me, going on in the other 2 fields here. So we'll get Jones getting her warm-up pitches in here for Spring Lake Park. She's a good pitcher, headed to Nebraska Omaha next season. So Maple Grove will have to have the bats going like they have for some of the season, but they certainly not immune to being slowed down by a strong pitcher like Jones.
Yeah, it should be a really good matchup. I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to be exactly like the Gophers in Alabama, but it will be right in that neighborhood.
Jade Tomaszek, second baseman, leading off for Maple Grove this afternoon. First pitch is a called strike. Jones' pitch fouled out of play, and she's ahead in the count, 2 strikes. Outside, 1-2.
Yeah, good movement in that pitch. Kept it away. It was, you had it for the outside corner, and with 2 strikes on the batter, a lot of times they got to make an offer at that.
Foul tipped. Stone couldn't hang on to it, and Tomaszek stays alive. And a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Tomaszek was late on the earlier swings. That one, she got the timing down pretty well.
Off speed, a little bit high, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, but that pitch did 2 things. It puts the doubt in her mind that another 60-mile-an-hour pitch is coming. Also changed the eye angle.
Now 3-2. So Tomaszek working the count full to start the ball game here, 3-2. Against Hallie Jones. Hits this one to second, picked up there. The throw, Rickenbach to nil. And Tomaszek retired to start the Maple Grove first.
That one was headed right up the middle. I think Jones got a glove on it and knocked over the second baseman.
Marie Palinch, left-handed hitting left fielder, bats number 2 for Maple Grove. Palinch a .411 batting average on the season. Gonna bunt this one nicely to third. Quick pickup, thrown out in time. Palinch with good speed, and though it was fielded cleanly by Bria Parrish down at third, Palinch able to beat it out for a bunt single.
Yeah, you couldn't put that one in a better spot. I mean, the catcher obviously had no play, pitcher had no play. The only play was coming in from third. And she played it as well as she could. Just beat it out.
Brings up Ava Dueck, takes a first pitch strike. Dueck a .464 batting average this season, 32 for 69. Team high 20 runs batted in and 11 extra base hits. Missed outside. 1-1 to Dueck. Aaron Roll on deck for Maple Grove. Hit in the air out to right center field. And it's going to be the right fielder Keefe making the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, it's good to see good communication out there. Either fielder could have fielded that ball, but the right fielder, being a right-handed thrower, she wanted to come in and catch it on her backhand so she could be set up for the good throw right in the second base.
And a strike to start the bat to Aaron Roll. Roll, the number 4 hitter. 300 batting average coming in the season. 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Hits this one in the air. Little flare to right. That's going to drop for a base hit. Hallench on to third. She's going to be waved home. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. Throw down to second. They'll tag out Roll there, but she'll get an RBI. Palance never stopped. Jim Coltis never hesitated on sending her. And Palance scores all the way from first on a bloop single to the right. Look at her. She's
Let's take a look. There seemed to be a little bit of confusion out there.
It was overrun. I didn't see that in the first glance. That was what allowed Palance to take that extra base.
But she can only get that extra base if she's running hard right from the get-go, which she was.
So a run on a hit, or on 2 hits, and Maple Grove has taken a lead. We've played 1 inning. It's 1-0, Maple Grove. John Jacobson, Jim Feldman back at Rice Creek Park. There's a 1-0 lead for Maple Grove. A big 2-out single for Aaron Roll. Mary Palance scoring. And Ava Duick back into the circle to start the second now. Stake to a 1-run lead.
Yeah, and when you're playing at this level, actually at any level, from 10U up through college, the team that makes the defensive plays tends to win the game. And, there was one that just wasn't quite made.
Jazz Rickenbach is the number 4 hitter for Spring Lake Park, leading off the second. Excuse me, Jim.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just going to say it led to a run.
Duick looking into the catcher, Colhane. Gets the call on the pitch, and it's swung and fouled at the plate by Rickenbach.
Duick's been looking very good with her throws. Nice and easy motion, coming in at about 6 miles an hour.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Rickenbach. Hit down to second. Tomaszek over to Shuddy. 4-3 put out to start the second inning as we had to start the game. And 1 away. A routine play, but those are the ones you have to make when you get to postseason play, right? And when especially when you have 2 good pitchers, you don't want to give the team your opponents any break in the field on what should be an out. There's Bria Parrish, first pitch swinging. And it's a strike on her, the third baseman today for the Panthers. Good pitch by Duick, called strike. She's ahead 0-2.
And right on the corner, knee high. Virtually impossible to hit that pitch.
Man, a swing and a miss and a strike 3, second strikeout for Dewick. Quickly 2 down on the Panthers' second. And it brings up Hallie Jones. Maple Grove 13-8 on the season. Spring Lake Park 7-14. The other winners bracket game going on today on field 3 here is Champlin Park against Centennial. The elimination games, Park Center versus Osseo and Mounds View against Irondale. No balls and a strike to Jones. Fouled out of play.
Yeah, Dewick elevated that pitch, and Jones couldn't quite get on top of the ball.
Over the glove or off the glove of Dewick, and it won't be a play at first. Roll had to adjust on the ball a little bit after Dewick got just a piece of it.
Yeah, once Dewick didn't come down with that ball, that was going to be a base hit.
An infield single for Jones. Spring Lake Park has its first base runner of the day.
Yeah, it would have been a good play by Dewick, but you know, when you're trying to win a section championship, those are the ones you gotta make.
Alyssa Teachman is in as a courtesy runner for the pitcher Jones.
Stay out for just a second, please. Thank you.
Kylie Cruz, the DP today, heading for the first baseman Abby Neal. It's a first pitch strike. Dewick consistently working ahead of the hitters here so far today.
Well, that's such an important thing to do. You know, if you get behind 1-0, that's salvageable. But if you get behind 2-0, you're really giving an advantage to the hitter.
Rip foul. It's 2 strikes now on Cruz. Dewick's pitch, chopped at the plate.
That's always interesting to see that the high pitch with the downward tail on it, because a lot of times, you know, that plane of a pitch coming in, and the batter's going to be thinking rise ball, and it tails down, you just barely touch the top of the ball.
0-2 foul though, play again. How Cruz stays alive here. Teachman the runner on first, 2 outs for the Panthers here in the top of the second. Winner advances to Thursday's game on field 1 here at Rice Creek Park against the winner of Champlin Park Centennial. Cut and a miss. Dewick's going to strike out to end the inning. 3 strikeouts for Dewick here through 2 innings. No runs, a hit, 1 left for Spring Lake Park. An inning and a half in the books. It's 1-0 Maple Grove.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Bottom half of the second inning, Maple Grove holds a 1-0 lead on Spring Lake Park. First pitch is low. Hallie Jones delivering Taylor Wente. Wente, Eleanor Shuddy, Sophie Colhane, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up this inning for the Crimson. Hit pretty well out to right center field with the right fielder. Keefe has a beat on him, makes the catch, and Wente retired to start the Maple Grove second.
Yeah, what you're going to see from both these pitchers is a lot of times, even if the ball gets hit well, it's not really a challenging play for the fielders because the batters are a little bit behind so far, a little bit behind the pitches.
Shuddy, the batter, 391 average on the season. And a swing and a miss.
Yeah, you can see the difference in approach between Spring Lake Park playing a slap hitter with the outfield a little bit more respecting the potential power, and the infield actually playing a little shallower than what Maple Grove had defensed.
2 strikes now to Shuddy. That's a slap to third. Picked up there, not in time. Shuddy beats it out. Little chopper to Parrish at third, and her relay to Neal, not in time. Field single for Shuddy.
As I noted, they were playing a little shallower, but not quite shallow enough.
Maple Grove has its 3rd hit of the game. And Sophie Colhane, the catcher, coming up. Strike to her. Called strike, and Jones ahead 0-2. Ripped on the fence. Count stays at 0-2. Shuddy, the base runner, down at first base. They have 6 stolen bases on the season. That's 3rd on the team. No 2-pitch outside. It's 1-2.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to be running here. With Jones throwing the ball really hard, really accurately.
Swing and a miss. And there's a strikeout. First today for Jones. Colhane is out for the second. Maple Grove out of the inning. And it brings up Amanda Tyler, Crimson right fielder, number 8 hitter today for Maple Grove.
Yeah, now the infield's moved in quite a bit more.
Slaps it down to third. Parrish gets it over to first in time. And Maple Grove retired. No runs for the Crimson on a hit. They leave 1. We played 2. It's Maple Grove 1, Spring Lake Park nothing. You're watching Section 5 4A softball on CCX Sports.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Maple Grove on top of Spring Lake Park, 1 versus 5 game today. Second round of the Section 5 4A softball tournament. Mix of sun and cloud, more clouds than sun. I've seen the sun pop out a few times. And chance of rain in the forecast, but it looks pretty good right now, Jim.
Yeah.
So
Not too much wind out here, a little bit blowing out. Straight center field.
Lauren Keefe is leading it off for Spring Lake Park. Lexi Lagering will bat second. This one grounded to short, roll up with it. Over to Shuddy for the putout to start the Spring Lake Park 3rd inning. Kenzie Stone will be the 3rd batter in the inning for the Panthers. Roll with her 2nd assist to the game. And already the 4th putout at first for Shuddy. Lagering, the number 9 hitter today for Spring Lake Park. Duick's first pitch to her, strike.
She's trying to chop that one down. Any way to get on base.
It passed first and into right field. Lagering with a single with 1 out here in the 3rd. Drifted pass, Shuddy at first.
Yeah, it was perfectly placed in that 3-4 hole. And the right fielder came up throwing, but throw was too late. Yeah, but that's one of those plays if the runner isn't hustling down to first base. You know, if she hits the ball and go, I got a single. It's run out from right field sometimes.
Strike call to Kenzie Stone. Leadoff hitter for the Panthers. 1 on, 1 out here in the Panthers' 3rd. Kind of miss, and Duick works ahead. 2 strikes. Just off the plate. Stone didn't go after it. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. A little high, runner going, throw down to second, bounces into center field, roll late, getting to the bag. I think Lagering may have won the race anyway, even if it had been on the target and roll had been there. Regardless, it's a stolen base and a ball to Stone. It's 2-2.
Hey, get that runner in scoring position now. It just takes 1 hit to bring him in instead of 2.
and a miss. Big strikeout for Dewick for out number 2.
Yeah, those shoulder high pitches are really hard to get a hold of.
Dewick just a sophomore. That's her 4th strikeout today.
That's pitching very well.
And Alfresino grounded to short, her only at bat today. Slaps it to short, roll up with it cleanly, throws to Shuddy. And the side retired for Spring Lake Park. No runs on a hit. Panthers have left 2 now through their first 3 times at bats. Look at the Section 5 4A bracket. Maple Grove, Spring Lake Park, winners in the top half of the bracket in the first round on Monday. Champlin Park defeated Mounds View. Centennial easily over Irondale in the bottom half. And I mentioned Champlin Park and Centennial playing on an adjacent field right now. And in the elimination games, Park Center taking on Osseo, Mounds View against Irondale. And you see who each team plays the next round. Loser of this game taking on the Mounds View or Irondale, but everybody, the winners I should say, today, and the losers of the winners bracket games will all play here on Thursday.
Yeah, it's a nice setup here at Rice Creek where you get all 4 games playing at once. A lot of the other sections where they've only got 2 or sometimes 3 fields available. You get back-to-back games, and this is really nice.
Bottom half of the 3rd inning. Avis Sachs is the DP for Maple Grove. She hits for the 3rd baseman, Sidney Cashman. Fouls the first pitch for a strike.
Umpire doing a little wardrobe work here. They're reminding the players to do it.
That pitch skips away. It's a ball and a strike to Sachs. Jones threw 2 innings, about 3 hits. No walks. Struck out 1, giving up a run.
An unearned run.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The overrun by the right fielder allowed Palance to take that extra base. 2-1 to Sachs. Time taken.
Umpire's a little annoyed at the pace of the game here. The batter's been stepping out, pitcher's been taking a little extra time. They're playing a little gamesmanship there, and the umpire's going, come on, let's play.
It's hit to short and gets off the shortstop glove leggering and into left field.
A lot of spin on that ball, but it's a play she should have come up with.
The 6th second error of the day for the Panthers. The umpire also had said something to someone adjacent to the Maple Grove bench. I don't know what that was about.
I think he was talking about the batter stepping out of the box and just kind of remind the players, remind the coaches to remind the players that hey, we're here to play ball.
Tomaszek trying to bunt on that first pitch. Fouls it off, 1 strike.
Oh, just missed on that one.
A little high, it's 1-1. Bunted right in front of the plate. Nice bunt. And moves the runner on to second base. Tomaszek advancing Sachs down into scoring position.
Yeah, that was a really good sacrifice bunt. You know, the catcher could obviously make the play fairly easily because it wasn't hit that far. But, you know, you just, when you're called on a sacrifice, you really want to put the ball down in fair territory. You know, the coaches said, yeah, we want you to be out to get the runner on second. And if you try and bunt for that base hit, a lot of times it doesn't work out at all.
Palance with a bunt single the first time. That's one down to Parrish. Go to first, not picked up cleanly. Everybody's safe.
It's kind of a low throw, but again, I think the first baseman should have had that ball because it didn't bounce.
Now go is an E3. Nil charged with an error. Sachs on to third now, first and third. Some pretty good hitters coming up. Dueck and Roll, Wente, all scheduled up here for the Crimson. First and third, just 1 out. Dueck takes a first pitch strike. Runner advances down to second base. Stone faked the throw down to third, did not throw to second at all. And Palance easily takes the base. Their 17th steal of the season. So runners at second and third, 1 strike to Dueck, who flew to right in her first at bat. Jones delivery on the outside corner for a strike. 0-2.
Yeah, Jones needs to come up big here and get a strikeout.
Outside, 1-2.
Outfield setting up fairly deep. They can, get behind the ball and.
Driven to right over the head of the right fielder, Keefe. Sachs is in. Palance is in. It's a stand-up double for Dueck and a 3-0 Crimson lead.
Yeah, it was just a line shot. Doesn't matter how deep the outfielder is playing. That got out there in a hurry.
That was a shot off the bat. Dueck with her 8th double of the season and her team high 21st and 22nd runs batted into the year. And now Aaron Roll steps in.
I was wondering if Jones may have played the outside pitch card one too often there.
Outside. 2-0 to Roll. Taylor Rosacker is the runner down at second base for Dueck. Three and 0 to Roll. Jones being a little bit careful here. He Walker, he set up a force play, not the worst thing in the world to give up a base on ball. Something that they.
Well, especially to Roll.
Right. Takes a strike, 3-1.
She's been working that outside corner quite a bit. See if she comes in, try and bust one in on the hands.
Come on, she's in her wind-up. Let's go.
Time taken.
Let's go.
Jones pitch, slapped to the mound. Play made there. On the chopper, rolls retired 1-3.
Yeah, she did come inside with that one. So, yeah, it's good to move the ball around. It makes it harder for the batter to get into a groove.
Rosacker moves up to third. And Taylor Wente, the batter. Hit out to center. And it's not caught by Fruzina out in center field. Wente will get into second base with a double. An RBI double at that. That's 4-0. Not Fruzina to beat on this and just a touch in front of her in center. And drops.
Yeah, she read it nicely. Got over there. Didn't quite come up with it.
Shuddy hits one hard pass short into left field. That's going to roll. She's going to have a double as the left fielder was playing in. It got by her. Wente scores. It's a 4-run inning for Maple Grove, and it's 5-0 Crimson.
And again, all of these runs are unearned because of the 2 errors at the beginning of the inning. But they're still runs.
Right. You still got to follow them up with hits. You got to take advantage. And, that's what I talked about earlier. And playing strong defense, such a big key at any time of the year, but especially when you get to playoff baseball, you know it's going to be a tight game and a low-scoring game. Giving the other team extra outs is often going to be costly. And it has been so far for the Panthers here. 5 unearned runs for Maple Grove and 2 2/3 innings. Strike call to Sophie Colhane, who's the 8th batter to come up here for Maple Grove in the 3rd.
Yeah, one thing about being in the circle is when your defense does let you down, you've got to pick them up because they pick you up by making great plays every so often.
Fouled back by Colhane. It's 1-2.
One ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 pitch. Colhane chops it to Parrish at third, throws to first. And Spring Lake Park gets the out there. Maple Grove bats 8. They score 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 big errors in the field, and 1 left on. New score after 3. It's now Maple Grove 5, Spring Lake Park 0.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
at our line score. Maple Grove up on Spring Lake Park now 5-0 through 3 innings. John Jacobson, Jim Feldman with you. Section 5 4A softball. Winner advancing to the winner's bracket final on Thursday here against either Centennial or Champlain Park. Now the Panthers with some work to do here. Trailing by 5 now against Ava Dewick. They have their 3, 4, and 5 hitters up. Maddie Pick, Jazz Rickenbach, and Bria Parrish. And the first pitch strike by Dewick on Pick to start the 4th.
Yeah, and they've not really been taking a lot of good swings against Dewick. And so, they've got to get her figured out and start ripping the ball.
Low and away, 1-1. Couple of hits allowed by Dewick. He's not walked anybody. Fan 4. Defense has been flawless behind her. 2-1.
Centennial and Champlain are tied up 3-3 in the 3rd inning over there.
Dewick in the season a 7-7 record. It's fallen behind 3-1 here on Pick.
I know, you watch Dewick pitch and you kind of go, how she lose 7 games? She's been really in command, and, maybe being a 10th grader, she can get in a little bouts of wildness every now and again, but we'll see.
Gives up a walk. It's the 33rd walk she's allowed in 106 innings. ERA 1.35. 80 strikeouts in 106 innings. And for Spring Lake Park, you're not going to make them all up necessarily at once or in one inning. Chip away, try to get Pick around, maybe another run, and work against that 5-0 deficit that you've got.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of time left in this game, and they just need to get going.
Rickenbach fouling in at the plate. Now it's a 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jazz Rickenbach. Senior second baseman for the Panthers. Like to get back to that state tournament again.
I'm a little surprised he's trying to lay one down.
And hits this one through the hole into center field for a base hit. Around second goes Pick into third. It's a single for Rickenbach. And runners at the corners to start the 4th inning for the Panthers.
Well, maybe those bunt attempts were just kind of setting the table for a good swing. Get the second baseman pulled over towards first a little bit.
So the Panthers with something going here in the 4th. And Bria Parrish, the batter. First time Dewick's been in any kind of trouble here so far today. Strike call. Runner going to second, the throw. And in time, stolen base for Rickenbach.
Well, even with the little bobble behind the plate, that was a very close play down there at second base. And there's no apparent play on first and third to try and get that runner to score from third.
Fouled away. Parrish behind, no balls and 2 strikes now against Ava Dewick. Strikeout and the throw down to first, not handled by Culhane. They get the put out 2-3, the K, the 5th for Dewick. 1 away, runners have to hold. And Jones the batter. Jones an infield single her first time up. First pitch low, ball 1. Two balls, no strikes. And Cruz on deck. Two 2-0 pitch, chopped to Cashman, gonna come home, and they're gonna have a play on the runner. Oh, and then the ball thrown away by Maple Grove, and they're gonna give up a run here, and everybody's gonna be safe.
Yeah, that's actually a fairly standard play if you got runners on second and third.
Roll just didn't handle it cleanly. She
No.
would have had a shot at the runner there.
Oh,
just
easily.
had to go
Yeah.
off her glove.
But, you send both runners on contact, and then, the worst you end up with is the runner gets thrown out at home. You got runners on first and third, and they steal second. You got runners on second and third, and you haven't lost anything compared to, having your runner. And then you make them throw it around, and anything can happen and turn into a run.
So Jones will reach on a fielder's choice. Roll will be charged with an error, allowing Pick to score. Rickenbach moves up to third. Jones is at second. Be run for again by Alyssa Teachman. And still just one out in the Spring Lake Park first. Or excuse me, in fourth with Cruz coming up. She's 0 for 1 today. Struck out to end the second inning.
The Panthers are getting their second look at Duick.
First pitch low, ball 1. Fouled away. I looked at the scoreboard. We do not have a pitcher's duel going on field 4 right now, Jim. The elimination game, Park Center and Osseo. Right now, 15-10 in the 4th inning.
Yikes.
This is ripped down in the right field line, but foul. I would have driven in a couple for Cruz in Spring Lake Park.
Yeah, the runners are playing that very well, tagging at third base, because even if it drops in, he's going to score.
I looked back, I don't know where I got the 15. They must have had something else posted. It's 10-0 Osseo
10-0
in the 4th. This is dribbled down to third, the throw to first. A good play by the third baseman, Cashman, to throw to Shutting and get the out.
See, that time they didn't run the runners, second and third, and infield ground ball.
So big play by the Crimson in the field there to get the second out. Takes a little pressure off now when there's 2 outs. And you got Lauren Keefe at the plate. First pitch strike to Keefe. I think if the Crimson can get out of here with just the 1 run allowed, they'd be happy.
Oh, very happy.
Get second, third, a run in, a little momentum going against you. You got Cruz out now trying to work on Keefe.
Yeah, the first bit of adversity that they've faced in the game, and to be able to kind of squash it is a good sign.
Ball and strike to Keefe. Number 8 hitter for Spring Lake Park. Duick toes the rubber and delivers outside. 2-1.
So you get down the bottom of the order, you just got to go right at these hitters. No nibbling, just get them out.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. Laggering on deck. Hold strike 3. Keefe and Spring Lake Park out here in the 4th inning. They do pick up a run in the inning on a hit. There was an error and 2 left on for the Panthers. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's now Maple Grove 5, Spring Lake Park 1.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
5-1 Crimson over the Panthers. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Section 5, 4A softball. Amanda Tyler leading it off to start the Crimson 4th. And a strike she missed in that first pitch from Hallie Jones. Tyler, Mia Sachs, and Jade Tomaszek, the scheduled hitters for Maple Grove.
Yeah, she gave one swing as a left-handed slapper and then drives the line drive to the second baseman after that.
Hit it hard to Rickenbach.
Yeah.
Makes the catch for the out. And here's a look at the runs scored and runs against averages for the seasons. The injury to Jones part of the season certainly had brought that runs against average up for Spring Lake Park. And Maple Grove 3.2 runs against on the season, scored over 5. This one off of Jones' glove. It'll be a single for Sachs, an infield single. She had reached on an error in her first at bat. She's on here for the second time. Jones couldn't come up with it, and Maple Grove's got a base runner for the 4th consecutive inning and their 7th hit of the day.
Yeah, it's kind of tough for a pitcher being in the, so close to the hitter. That one was not hit hard, and a lot of times that's even harder to pick up because you've got time to jump back a little bit and then go, wait a minute, the ball's not here yet.
Jade Tomaszek fouling off the first pitch to her.
It's also dangerous being in the circle. Forest Lake pitcher has been out for a month after getting hit in the face mask with a line drive. In the line, in the
up high, ball in the strike to Tomaszek.
The ball that hit her in the face mask rolled all the way out to the outfield fence. So that was a smoked shot.
Didn't mean to swing. Hit down to Parrish at third. Throw to first to get the out there. Sachs on to second. And there's out number 2 in the Maple Grove 4th.
Yeah, if she were trying to bunt that pitch and would have gotten a good jump out of the box, she might have beaten it out. But as it was, like you say, she didn't mean to hit it and was kind of surprised and then lost a couple of steps on the way to first.
First pitch to Palinch is a strike. Allen's is second on the team in runs scored, has 2 runs scored today, now 21 on the season. Tomaszek leads the team with 27 runs scored. The ball throw down to third and in safely is Sachs. Third baseman Parrish was in front of the bag, so had to sweep back with her tag, and by that time, Sachs had gotten in there.
Yeah, shortstop came over and took the throw, and she was in front of the bag.
1 ball, 1 strike. A count here to Palinch. Out of the plate. 1-2. Ooh, that one sailed in and hit Palinch. A little shaken up maybe, but says she's all right. Take a look at it again. They hit her in the ribs or in the side there.
Yeah, she was, looking like she was going to slap, and when you do that, you're vulnerable to inside pitches. Yeah, there's a question as to whether she was swinging at that pitch, and
yeah, that hit her in the arm right above the elbow.
Yeah, but it's a good question. I mean, it kind of did look like she was taking a swing, although they appealed, and the base umpire said no. And if she were swinging, that would take precedence over getting hit by the pitch.
Ava Duick trying to extend the Maple Grove lead here. Pops first pitch back out of play. Duick ripped that double to the fence in right field in their last at bat to drive in 2. Sachs at third. Palinch at first. Palinch going, ball hit in off field, a base hit. Sachs scores. A run scoring single. Duick with 3 RBIs, and it's 6-1. Rosacker will come in and run for it, and a good day for Duick. Both pitching and hitting, a couple of hits, 3 RBIs.
It's nice when you put together the whole package like that, you get the fielders can make great plays and come up with big hits. And being in the circle, of course, you're in control of a lot of the game.
Roll takes first pitch low and in. Runner started toward third. Now they got her hung up. Allen draws the throw to third. Got her at third. Held on to by Jones, who came over and took the tag, and Palinch is tagged out. As you look at the put out again, it was 5-4-1 on the put out, 2-5-4-1. Palinch is out, but Maple Grove gets that run back that they gave up at the top of the inning. A run on a couple of hits and 1 left. We go to the 5th inning. Our score now, Maple Grove 6, Spring Lake Park 1.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
That's over. 6-1 Maple Grove leads Spring Lake Park. We move to the top half of the fifth inning. Osseo has advanced in an elimination game. They have ended Park Center's season 10-0 in 5. Osseo will play again on Thursday against the loser of the Champlain Park Centennial game. Nine, 1, and 2 hitters up for Spring Lake Park in the top of the fifth. Duke's first pitch low and in, ball 1. Tigering with the single and a stolen base in her only at bat today. Ahead in the count against Duke, 2-0 here. Duke gave up a walk, lead off the fourth. That runner picked, later scored. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
Duke kept going for that same spot and finally hit it. And he got the strike.
Chopped at the plate, and the count evens at 2-2.
Too much to not enough?
Foul. And it's 2-2 again. Hit past second into center field, a base hit. Lagering's 2 for 2.
It's a couple of them gone right up in that area.
Back to the top of the order for the Panthers and Kenzie Stone. It's 0 for 2 today against Duke. First pitch low, ball 1. Off speed, called strike on the corner, 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Kind of miss, 2-2. Stone stays alive and remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sarah Fracina on deck for Spring Lake Park.
Yeah, and Duke's still putting the ball where they just cannot make solid contact.
Hit on line, Cashman makes the catch. 1 away. Ripped to third, but Cashman in the right spot.
Yeah, and Cashman immediately looked over and tried and see if there's a double play opportunity. But
Lagering hadn't gotten too far off the base, so one away for Frasina. Grounded twice to roll today at short.
Again, they got the outfield very, very shallow.
Bunted. They're not going to have a play. It's going to be a bunt single for Frasina. Lagering on to third.
Yeah, a lot of defensive alignments when you're playing against someone that you're pretty sure is going to slap or bunt, and you know they must feel confident in that because of the outfield playing so shallow. Will bring either the second baseman or the first baseman in quite a bit, and then on that particular the play, that would have been a much easier play for the first baseman who was playing maybe 40 feet from home plate.
Yeah, Duke was a little slow coming off the rubber to play it.
Yeah.
Gave her no chance to throw out Frasina. The Panthers again with something going here in the 5th inning. Scored a run, had a threat still going in the 4th, but stranded 2. And to push some runs across here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, they're doing what they need to do, get some runners on base and try and push them around.
And one bounced to the plate, stopped by Culhane, 1-1. Not the strike call. 1-2. Chopped back to the circle, throw to third. They get the force out there. No play at first, but they get the lead runner out, and there's the second out. Pick reaches on a fielder's choice, but Lagering retired at third.
Yeah, it's the kind of throw you don't want to make from third to first after that play, because there's absolutely no chance of getting that runner. The only thing that can happen is something bad.
So Frasina goes to second, pick the runner now at first. 2 outs for Rickenbach, and the first pitch strike to her.
Paint in the corner.
Hit out into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Not hit far hard enough, though, or Lori Lightbody felt she could send Frasina. It was pretty well played immediately out in center field by Wente. Drops just into the outfield. Wente, look at, she's got to that ball in a hurry.
Oh, she did, yeah.
Probably the right call there to hold the runner.
Oh, absolutely. And she hit the cut with the throw. Of course, in this situation, it wouldn't have mattered if that throw came all the way through, but it's a much safer play to let the pitcher field that one.
Bases loaded for Spring Lake Park. This is a called strike. Parrish tried to hold up, thought she had, but the base umpire ruled that she had gone around on that.
I mean, a base umpire standing by first base would be able to make that call very well, but they don't have one over there. It's just a 2-umpire game.
1-1, that one low.
I believe they start using 3 umpires down in Mankato.
Up high. 2-1. Nowhere to put Bree Parrish. Frasina at third, Pick at second, Rickenbach at first. 2 outs here in the Spring Lake Park 5th innings. They try to get back into this game. Cut and a miss there. 3-2. 2-2, excuse me. count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Parrish steps back in. Base is loaded. Count full. Newick's pitch. Hit to short. Roll. Long throw to first. High. Everybody's safe. I think he had beat it out anyway. The throw gave Chuddy not a chance to come back down on the bag. A little high chopper. Roll had to back up on it a little bit. Yeah, she would have beaten it regardless. Roll was. Chuddy was off the bag, and it was an infield single, an RBI for Parrish. Regina scores, and it's 6-2.
Yeah, so that hit occurred when the shortstop backed up. She's got to come in and charge that ball, know the situation.
This one chopped past third, and a
with
strike called to Jones.
With the runner on second being able to take off on the 3-2 count, did create a little confusion out there for Roll.
Yeah, with the runner going, really no chance for a force out on second on a ball hit like that. That pitch low to Jones. It's 1-1. She represents the tying run here in the 5th inning. Hit well out into right center field. This is going to find Green off the fence. And this is going to score 2. And it's 6-4. A 2-run double for Hallie Jones. Pick and Rickenbach score. Parrish stops at third. Well, they got a new game here.
Yeah. That's what we've been talking about. Just keep getting base runners on and wait for yourself to get a good hit. A little surprised Parrish didn't try and score on that one.
3 runs on 5 hits here in the 5th inning for Spring Lake Park. And 1 run on 3 hits in the first 4 innings.
You get that second and third time through the batting order. Might be figuring it out.
Cruz hits it well, but was out in front of it and fouls it off. Strike 1. Cruz is 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a ground out. 8th batter here for Spring Lake Park. Speed drops in there nicely for a strike. Froze the batter Cruz, and it's 2 strikes. Tying runs at second base. Hit down to second. Played there nicely. Tomaszek to Shuddy for out number 3. Maple Grove escapes further damage, but Spring Lake Park, good inning at the plate for them. 3 runs on 5 hits. No errors. They leave 2. They've stranded 6 in the game. Through 4.5, our score now. Maple Grove 6, Spring Lake Park 4.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Six to 4, Maple Grove leads Spring Lake Park. We go to the top half, or the bottom half rather, of the 5th inning. Crimson giving up 3 runs there in the top half. Now we'll see if they can get something back here against Hallie Jones, who starts the inning with a strike.
Yeah, last time Panthers got a run, Maple Grove came right back and put one on top. So.
And Roll fouling at the plate. 2 strikes. Roll was at the plate to end the 4th inning when Palich was thrown out trying to steal. The other championship game bracket going on right now, Champlain Park leads Centennial 5-4 in the 6th inning. Where that game plays the winner of this game Thursday, 4 o'clock on Field 1 here at Rice Creek. Roll hits it down to 3rd. Parrish up with it, throws to 1st, and out to start the 5th inning.
Yep, very calmly played out there at third base. You know, that's what you want to do, is know the situation, know how much time you've got, and if you can avoid panic, you can usually make good plays.
Wente, first pitch swinging, hits it out to center field, and it'll be off the glove of the center fielder and drop for a hit. A good effort by Rosino running in. Couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, she got a good read on that ball, good jump, and came in, just couldn't quite come up with the ball.
Give Wente credit for a hit on that one. She's 2 for 3. I was about to say, Jones has gotten the leadoff hitter out for the 5 innings, but has never gotten the first 2 hitters out an inning, and that trend continues here. Shuddy with a couple of hits, an infield hit the first time, then swung away and hit one past the drawn in infield for an RBI single in the 3rd. Waves at that one, and it's 1-1. Outside and high. 2-1.
Yeah, you can see the center fielder coming in. He's probably going to be covering second base on a steal, which is a
foul back.
That's one of the things a slap hitter can do, is pitch in that kind of defense where there's no backup. So if the throw from the catcher gets away, it's a run probably scores. Trying to advance on a dead ball there.
Yeah, you can always try.
Well, yeah. You know, what the heck? Maybe nobody will notice. Yeah.
Wente anchored at first. Down 2-2 to Shuddy. Culhane on deck. Load away. 3-2. Hit pass short and into off center field. Very similar to her last hit. This is going to roll all the way to the fence, though. Wente around 3rd. She will score easily. And a run-scoring double by Eleanor Shuddy. And it's 7-4 Maple Grove.
Yeah, and with the center fielder playing so shallow, you know, ready to take second base position, that ball just scooted past her, and then, like I say, got all the way out to the fence.
Now, Shuddy's 3 for 3 with a couple of runs batted in. Wente has her second run scored. A big run for Maple Grove. They've given up 3 in the top half of the inning. They get 1 back at least here. Culhane fouls the first pitch off.
Yeah, anytime you can come back with a run after the opponents have scored, that it just gets you back in the game and say, yeah, we're in charge here.
down to right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Here's Shutty around third. She's going to score without a play. Culhane with an RBI single to right, and it's 8-4.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of hitting. Just take the ball where it's pitched and dump it into the outfield.
3 straight hits for the Crimson. Culhane with their 16th run batted in. Ball hit in the air by Tyler out to right field, and that's caught for out number 2. Courtesy runner for Culhane is Taylor Rosacker. I believe I had announced her as the courtesy runner earlier for Dueck, who in fact that was Sophie Zwock who had run for Dueck. So my apologies on Zwock being the courtesy runner earlier. Rosacker in now for Culhane. And Mavis Sachs at the plate for Maple Grove. Been on twice today. A couple of runs scored. Two runs and 3 hits for Maple Grove here in the 5th that they've answered Spring Lake Parks. 3 runs in the first half of this inning. Margin back up to 4 for Maple Grove.
Yeah, when you get down to a 2-run game, it's there's no resting. You can't just take it easy. Not that they're going to take it easy with a 4-run lead, but it's just that little bit or quite a bit less pressure.
Swing and a miss, and Jones works out of further trouble, but a good inning for Maple Grove. 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1 now through 5 innings. Maple Grove up on Spring Lake Park, 8-4.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Runs the last few innings here. It's 8-4 Maple Grove as we move to the 6th inning.
Yeah, now it's up to Spring Lake Park to answer again. Maple Grove was able to answer a couple of runs after giving up a couple of runs, and now Spring Lake Park has to do the same thing to stay in this game.
Strength to start the 6th inning. Lauren Keefe leading off for Spring Lake Park. Lexi Eikering, Kenzie Stone scheduled to follow here for the Panthers. Got a miss, and Dueck looks ahead, 2 strikes. Hit in the air, down the right field line. Foul territory, diving, but unable to make the catch. Out there was Tyler. Champlain Park now leading Centennial 7-4 in the 6th inning as the Rebels look to advance to Thursday's winners bracket final.
I was looking at how close the right fielder is playing to the right field line, but it almost came in handy there, making that play in foul territory.
Keefe again hanging in there at 0-2. A flare over first, but foul. And remains no balls, 2 strikes.
Good battle here. That first, softball is a game of first. You know, you want to get the first strike. You want to get the first batter either out or on base, depending on which team you're rooting for.
Up high, 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Foul back.
I don't know if you can hear it on the broadcast, but there's always a 3-digit number coming out of the Maple Grove dugout. And that's actually become a much more popular way of communicating to your fielders and the pitchers and the hitters. You know, rather than going through a set of signs, just yell out 3 numbers, and if everybody knows what they are, then the whole team knows what's going on.
10th pitch of this at bat. 3-2 pitch hit down to Cashman at third. Throws to first for the out. Good at bat for Keefe, but in the end, Duick wins it, getting around a ground out to third. One away in the Panthers' 6th, and Lexi Laggering the batter. Fouled away. Laggering's been on twice today. Singles in the 3rd and 5th innings. In the dirt, 1-1. Hit past Duick and into center field for a hit. Laggering is 3 for 3. She has the 9th hit of the day for the Panthers.
Well, they got base runner on. Shows how important those 2 runs that Maple Grove got.
Back to the top of the order, 4th time around for Spring Lake Park, and Kenzie Stone. 0 for 3 today. Change up out in front of it, and it's a strike. A one chopped in front of the plate. Duick throw to first. And there's out number 2. Laggering down to second. Stone didn't react right away. I think she thought it was going to be a foul ball, but it wasn't.
Yeah, if you don't know where the ball is, assume it's going fair. And
until you hear otherwise from the umpire. 2 down. And Frasina the batter. Bunt single in her last at bat. Later a run scored.
It's an important run to get in here for the Panthers.
Crimson could not be any tighter around the. Look at their fielders.
I know.
Wenty's in on the grass.
On
the dirt,
yeah.
I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler is. Hallich a few steps on the outfield grass and left. But if you look at that defense from Maple Grove, you get 8 players total on the dirt. Wendy just back on the grass now in center. It's it to Cashman, who's played well at third today.
Yep.
Gets the put out
Very nice.
here at first. Got it quickly and throws over to Shuddy at first. And Spring Lake Park out in the 6th. No runs on a hit. And 1 left for the Panthers. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-4 Maple Grove.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Suns back out. It's 8-4 Maple Grove. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Crimson in the driver's seat as they try to advance to the winner's bracket final Thursday against the winner of Champlain Park. Centennial has to be checked on that game. It was 7-4 in favor. And now it looks like it's gotten to 7-6 in the 7th inning. First pitch strike to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Maple Grove's at the top of their batting order. Jay Tomaszek, Marie Palinch, and Ava Duick coming up for Maple Grove. One and one.
Swing, Dad. Thank you.
Tomaszek, who's been a good hitter this season, looking for her first hit today, over 2, plus a sacrifice bunt and 3 at-bats. Took it low, and the count goes to 2-1.
Well, she's gotten a lot of help from the rest of the lineup today. So.
Yeah, no doubt. Three and one. It's it into right field. That's down the line. She's going to go for at least 2 here. And she's going to stop right there at second base. No reason to take a risk in the 6th inning as your leadoff hitter. But a slicing double on the right field line for Tomaszek, her 8th double of the season. Maple Grove has her 13th, let's see, 6, 11, 13th, 12th hit of the day. I knew that math would come
You're
in
right.
handy at some point, and I'll get it right.
Five in, 17 out. 5 in, 17 out. 5 in, 17 out.
Sophie Zwak has come in, and she will run here for Tomaszek, who's out now. Palinch taking that pitch high for a ball.
Yep, Crimson trying to add a few more, just to keep the pressure on.
Palinch bunts it back on circle, and they get the out at first. Sacrifice for Palinch, moves up Zwak to third. 1-3 on the putout. 4 on the putout, and Duig coming up.
Again, that looked like a bunt to be a sacrifice, as opposed to trying to bunt for the hit. They're playing to get that run in from third.
Strike call to Duig. In line to get the win, obviously, is the pitcher, not the plate. She's 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. Fouls it away, and she's behind 2 strikes now to Hallie Jones. Low and away, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's to Duig, hit out of the right center field. She's got RBI number 4 of the day. And she's going to have her second double. And it's 9-4 Maple Grove.
But just nice placement on that ball. Just, it's almost like she was looking out there and just, just a nice little soft line drive. Not really soft line drive, but right into the gap.
Maple Grove has continued to hit in this game.
6 courtesy runner for the pitcher. 6 is now courtesy.
McKaylee Sides will come in and run now for Duig.
In the pitching change here.
New pitcher for Spring Lake Park, Amara Packey, will come in and replace Hallie Jones. We will take a break. We'll come back with more softball in a moment. Our score, Maple Grove 9, Spring Lake Park 4.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
9-4, bottom half of the 6th inning. Amara Packey, first pitch is hit out to center field for a base hit. That's going to score another run, and to second base goes Roll. That's 10-4.
Trading places. You always hear coaches talk about that. Just trade places, just trade places. And then there it happens.
Roll with her second hit today, her first run batted in, and her 19th run batted in of the season.
It's always the way to greet a new pitcher. Swing at the first pitch and make a statement.
Wente takes pitch high. It's 2-0. In for a strike, 2-1. This is the last game going today here at Rice Creek Park. Champlin Park has won. They have defeated Centennial. Irondale has eliminated Mounds View. Hit the short, not handled cleanly. It'll go as an error, and everybody's safe. And Wente's aboard at first.
Spring Lake Park had been playing pretty good defense after getting off to a little bit of shaky start.
Right.
They really pulled it together till that play.
Fourth error of the day on the Panthers.
In, 1 out. 15 in, 1 out. 15 in, 1 out.
Ellie Hosman will hit here for Eleanor Shuddy. Just 2 at-bats, a varsity player this year. She's 1 for 2. Drills it deep to right. And it is fouled by, not by much. Off the top of the fence, but foul. Well, she gave this one a ride.
Yeah.
Good swing on it.
Good swing, yeah.
Just foul.
Oh, and you've been saving up all season to get an at bat, make the best of it.
Fouls this one back. Out of play over our head. Count stays at 1-2.
Guess it also helps when the pitcher you're facing is about 10 miles an hour slower than what everybody else has been seeing.
Yeah, he's just a freshman. He'll be part of this Crimson varsity team, I'm sure, in years to come, more of a regular. There's a strike and a strike 3. Two down in the Crimson 6th. And it brings up the catcher, Colhane.
Yeah, it's always good to get her in the game, though, because you never know going down the road as you go through section play.
First pitch strike.
When you might need to dig into the reserves that you haven't been using that much.
The Rosackers on deck should Colhane get on board. Pops this one out of play.
Fan scatter.
Two strikes to Colhane. And an RBI single in her last at bat. Packy delivers, grounded up the middle. That's a base hit. It's going to score another run. And it's 11-4. Roll comes in on the RBI single, the second RBI base hit for Colhane.
It's always tough for a slower pitcher to follow a faster pitcher, especially when the Crimson has been a little bit, behind on a lot of their swings, and then they get to see something quite a bit slower, and they're timing the ball up pretty well.
Thank you. 10 in, 8 out. 29th courtesy run for the catcher.
Jenna Grunig will run at first base for Culhane. Taylor Rosacker will come to the plate now, hitting for Amanda Tyler. A strike to Rosacker. And hits it out into center field, off the center fielder. Prezina's glove. Wente is in. And in at second is Rosacker.
Pretty aggressive running by the base runners.
All right, Jim, you get to call. Is that going to be E8 or a double?
I would call that a double.
And Rosacker will take that. Officially her first at bat of the season. About 1,000.
Yeah.
Can't beat that, right? And our courtesy runner allowed for Maple Grove gets to swing the bat there. Nope, my mistake. That's her sister, Tara Rosacker, who has no at-bats in the season. Taylor has quite a few. She's now 10 for 42 on the season. That is her second double of the season. And her fourth run batted in.
So the umpire has really been being in charge of this game in terms of anything. There's a little bit out of miss. There's a little bit of contact between the third baseman and the runner coming back to third, and he just wanted to remind everybody who's got the right of way.
Jenna Grunig, the runner at third base. Taylor Rosacker at second. Mavis Sachs at the plate.
Drive them both in, game's over.
Dirt are coming for home. Run scores in the wild pitch, and it's 13-4. Now that game-winning run down at third base on the wild pitch. Grunig in. Taylor Rosacker to third. Now 2-2 to Sachs. Oh, slow roller to short, throw to first in time.
Just barely.
We'll play another half inning.
Or more.
No more. 5 runs in the inning for Maple Grove. We go to the 7th. Our score now 13-4, Maple Grove.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent until I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Top half of the 7th inning, 13-4. Maple Grove on top of Spring Lake Park. Winner advance to play Champlin Park. Maple Grove will get another shot at the Crimson. Team they beat to start the season 4-0 back on April 11th.
And Spring Lake Park's got they got a chance to come back starting on Thursday, coming up through the losers bracket. It's they're a good team. They compete, come back.
Lifted in the air, short right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Leadoff single for Maddie Pick here in the 7th.
There she is, the go-ahead run out at first base if they bat around.
if they bat around, they all get on. Yeah, show me the go-ahead around it. Pitch low and in the dirt. Jazz Rickenbach today 2 for 3. Run scored for her and to keep things going here for the Panthers in the top of the 7th. 2-0.
Yeah, and the Panthers want to score just so that they feel good going into their next game.
Dukes allowed just 1 walk in the game.
Yeah, she's been throwing very, very well.
Gave up 5 hits in that 3-run 5th. It's a strike. Make it 2-1.
She's had good movement on the ball. For the most part, pretty good command of where the pitches are going. Throwing 60 miles an hour. Hit 61 once.
Counted to short, roll. Trying to go to second, not in time. Pick runs pretty well. Didn't have a chance there to get her on the throw to Tomaszek, who was covering second. Fielder's choice for Rickenbach to reach 2 on to start the 7th for Spring Lake Park. And here's Parrish. First pitch strike to her. Drove in a run in her last at bat after striking out her first 2 times up today. Cut and miss here, it's 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Duke's pitch, a soft liner roll makes the catch. 1 away. Brings Mara Packey to the plate. The pitcher came in and replaced Hallie Jones. Kind of missed on the first pitch, strike one.
Yeah, out in front of that changeup.
One and one to Mackey. Chopped at the plate. And a count 1-2. Fouled back to the fence, 1-2. And right back to the circle. Dewick makes the catch. And there's two down.
Yeah, again, way out ahead of that off-speed pitch.
Highlight Cruz, the last chance here for Spring Lake Park. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Yeah, she's thrown a lot more off speed, and looks like she's using a drop ball more in this inning than she has. So that when she does come in with a fastball.
Right back to Dewick to throw to first, and the game is over. And Maple Grove advances with a 13-4 win. Got Spring Lake Park a little bit behind the 8 ball. Panthers made some fielding errors early that kind of put them behind. They got back to within 5-3 within a couple of big runs for Maple Grove. The answering in both the 4th and 5th inning, and then of course 5 more there in the 6th to put this one away.
Yeah, and you can only come back so many times. I mean, the Spring Lake Park was valiant in their effort to overcome their shaky defensive start. But just ran out of steam.
So that will do it for our telecast today. Maple Grove moves into the next round to face Champlin Park Thursday afternoon here at Rice Creek Park. Spring Lake Park does stay alive in the tournament, and they'll face Irondale in their next game. For Jim Feldman and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in for our coverage of the Section 5 4A softball tournament. Our final score once again, Maple Grove 13, Spring Lake Park 4.